Yesterday, I was in Dallas visiting my family, and my son-in-law, whose also name is Dallas, he's a big OU fan. And we were watching part of the game, and man, right in a critical time, one of the receivers for OU, he was thrown, the ball hit right in the hands. But ladies and gentlemen, it hit him in the hands and bounced out. Why? Because he took his eye off the ball. He started to run before he caught the ball. Incomplete pass. Well, I'm afraid that we're putting up with insanity out of our government because you and I, we the people, we took our eye off the ball.
Recorded live right here in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's time again for Larry's Rants, Raves, and Reviews. Now back to Larry.
Well, we're going to get right into the show, but before we do, happy birthday, Randy.
Hey, yeah. It's let me get the camera over on me. Yeah,
happy birthday.
Yeah,
there's the birthday boy.
It's tomorrow, so we're going to go out and I think go out and do a dinner or something.
Yeah, we are. I'm looking forward to a big steak where we're going.
I think so.
I'm assuming that you chose that place.
Well, I told him Samantha's or is it Sirloin's in downtown? No, what is it downtown? There on Clinton Avenue there. The steak restaurant that we haven't been to in a long time.
Oh.
What's that called? It's a big steak restaurant down there.
Not I forget the name. Yeah. No, they went out of business.
Rightly so.
But we're going to Cypress Social, right?
Cypress Social.
Over in Maumelle?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night. If you're there, let us know.
That's good.
We'll sign cards and everything else, won't we?
Well, now if they show up tomorrow night, they're going to be sad because this airs on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're recording Monday, airs on Wednesday, so Tuesday's our off day, so we're going to go eat.
Well, folks, he is getting older, so he's getting forgetful. So happy birthday anyway.
Thanks.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Well, hey, let's start on this. Let's start this show on a high note. I want to start it on a positive note. Let's go to clip one, just right out of the chute, folks. If this doesn't warm your heart, I don't know what will.
Okay.
Take a listen to this.
My name is Braylon, and I live here in Memphis. I've been noticing not just a slight change, more of a detrimental change in like how peaceful Memphis is ever since the National Guard came. There was a lot of things I couldn't do before the National Guard came because I had to worry a lot about guns and stuff. I couldn't play because I was worried that somebody might pull out a gun or something, but now I could do that. And I just wanted to thank the President of the United States for bringing the National Guard here.
You know, I've got to say that on one hand, that warms your heart. On another, Randy, it ought to break your heart.
I know.
Did you ever feel that way when you were a kid?
In Little Rock? No, not really.
No.
We went out and we played with our play guns.
I was raised in
Cowboys and Indians. What we did, Can't even do that now.
Well, I was raised in a little town called Baxter Springs, Kansas, and I got to ride my bike from one end of town to the other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would go uptown to the 5 and Dime, buy me bubble gum or candy or whatever.
I did too. I went right up there, on Beechwood.
Yeah.
It was a 5 and 10 cent store. Walked all the way up there. And then when we moved out west, Brady Elementary, I walked to school there. It was a mile, walked every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There and back home.
Right. You know, I'd like to, those are fond memories that you and I have, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that our grandchildren will not have those type of memories. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, our grandchildren, we got to keep an eye on them, keep them safe, even if they go out in the yard. You got to go out and check on them every now and then just because, they're, it's just the world that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad because, and like Braylon here says, he said it's not just a slight change. It's a huge change. And he wants to thank the president. And he thanks the president for sending in the National Guard. He was so worried that if he went outside and played, somebody might pull a gun and shoot him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's just sad for a child to think that way.
Well, I'd like to go back to Memphis. I haven't been in several years. They have a lot of good barbecue places.
They do.
Especially downtown in that downtown area.
Yeah.
And on Bill Street and a lot of good music down there. This was years ago, so I'd like to go back and see if they've kind of cleaned that up a little bit.
Yeah, that probably would be good. The last few times I've been in Memphis, probably the last time, I'm like, I hope I never have to come back here.
Yeah.
I like Memphis about as well as I like Austin, Texas, okay?
Well, I don't think it's that bad, but...
Well, this is how life is supposed to be, but I hate to say it, but the Democrats are opposed to it. They don't want this.
Of course not.
It's just amazing to me. My mind can't comprehend exactly how these liberals actually think. Now, I've got to tell you that the liberal media is extremely wicked, okay? And so I want you to roll clip 2, but I want you to listen to the wisdom that clip 2 actually has. I don't even know this guy, all right? Don't know him, but listen to him, okay?
Okay.
Which sensible person in Chicago would want to vote Democrat again? So if you listen to the liberal media, it's really very wicked. See, black mothers in D.C., when their kids step out, their heart beating fast, would he come home alive? Yes, the data is there. They are being killed every day. Not by police, not by wicked people from some Italian country, by their own people. The president said, listen, I will create a little discomfort for a couple of days, but I will clean up the crime. Your child won't die. Guess who went to the street to protest against the president saying, I'll protect your children from dying?
Who?
Well, of course, the same people whose children are being killed daily in D.C. That alone should tell you that there is some selfish motive behind it. Who wouldn't jubilate and say, finally, please, clean the place so my son will see his 18th birthday? What justification is you to... Okay, police are in the streets of every city in America, isn't it?
They are.
Okay. We see army barracks everywhere. Okay, the National Guard are Americans who've been trained to say, protect your people. What is the fear? None whatsoever, except it's all political. They don't want him to win points. Because if he cleaned blue cities in his 4 years, he'd turn and flip those places red in 2028.
So you think that's the real concern?
That's a real concern. Which sensible person in Chicago will want to vote Democrat again?
I think they'll still vote Democrat.
No, they won't.
For whatever reason.
Don't take Americans for this thing. When they see real result, yes.
I got to tell you, in that clip, there's more wisdom. You need to listen to it several times over, but there's more wisdom in that particular clip than there would be on a month's worth of this liberal media stuff is getting shoved down the throat of Americans.
Well, just wait until they get the elections straightened out. I heard he was working on that. Paper ballots.
Yes.
No mail-in.
Yes.
All that. He's trying to get it passed. He needs to get it done.
Yes.
And then, it will pass.
Yes.
It will be read.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing of it is like this man said, who would want to vote Democrat again? I really don't know. I don't run in those circles. I don't understand that kind of insanity. And I think that's what it really is.
You don't have any of those come through your restaurant?
Oh, we probably do. But I'm very neutral. And this is what I tell people.
Neutral?
On this, at the restaurant, I am neutral.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look on the walls.
That's why I've got God Bless America. I mean, that's about as, if you can't have that. But I am. I'm very neutral. People try to sucker me into stuff, and I won't let them. But I tell them, if you want to know my official position, well, take a listen to the podcast, because I'll get on here and say whatever I want. Okay. Restaurant is one thing, podcast is another.
Sure.
But Randy, this is all political. I don't understand protecting criminals in all of this selfishness for the liberals' political gain. I just can't, my mind can't wrap around it completely. But, you know, I follow Carolyn Levitt, and she said over here on X, the Democratic Party's elected officials absolutely cater to pro-Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. You know, but what about we the people? Mm-hmm. I mean, have you seen any liberals, any Democrats, communists as I call them, have you seen any of them step up and fight for we the people?
Not lately.
Not lately. It's been years. Years. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that you're still a Democrat, take a look around because your party walked away from you a long, long time ago. The Democrats are for open borders. They allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens into our country over the past years. They even flew them in.
Sure.
At taxpayers, we the people's expense.
Right.
So we've got rapists, we've got murderers. Why? Because they're all future voters.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why they wanted them to come in so they could vote.
Democrats coddle the violent criminals and support their soft on crime policies like cashless bail. When is it that we've ever heard of anyone that, you know, Cheryl used to, my sister, used to have a statement, the punishment must fit the crime. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. Our punishments no longer fit the crime here in America. They just get by with anything.
Yeah, well, it depends on what side you're on.
Well, that's true.
Too. I mean, this, you know, it's what would you call it? What they say when this doesn't go our way, it only goes their way.
Yeah,
so, you know,
I don't. You know, there's only so much of this insanity that I can really comprehend because it's hard for my mind to really follow them. But this will lead us into clip 3. I want you to take a listen to clip 3 here of Governor of Illinois here. Let's take watch this.
But also, most importantly, Sean, he hates America. And let's just be honest about it. You can't love your country and then fight President Trump to keep murderers murdering. Just think about that for a second. President Trump is saying, let us work with you, with the FBI, with ICE, with ATF, with DEA, with the National Guard, to stop the murdering in your city. And Pritzker is saying he wants to protect the murderers, the people that are shooting dozens and dozens of people every single week. Chicago is more dangerous than Baghdad. It's more dangerous than Mexico City. So shame on Pritzker, and God bless President Trump for fighting for the citizens of this country, Sean.
Well, I guess I'm not the only one that can get on the air and rant.
Yeah, really. He certainly did.
He did, didn't he? I was really proud of him. When I saw that clip, I'm like, okay, I got to get that one so we can have that on the show. You know, the thing of it is Pritzker joined Bret Baier on a special report on Fox News. And he really thought he was going to come on and just spit out some nonsense about Chicago murders and violent crimes. But Baier fact-checked him in real time right on the show. Because Pritzker attempted to lie about Chicago's murder rate. And that's when Baier flashed on the screen and proved him wrong, proved that he was lying. Do you realize that Chicago leads the nation in big city murder rate?
Right. Oh, yeah.
They are number 1.
Sure. It's been that way for years.
You know, I got to be honest with you. The last time, and it's probably been 20 years or better, that I was in Chicago, I'm like, look, I used to have to go there like once a year for some kind of a national sales meeting or trade show, something like that. And I'm kind of like, well, I hope we don't have to come back here. I really am. I'm not that overly impressed with Chicago and never have been. But this map that they popped up on here, it shows Chicago, Dallas, Houston, New York, Philadelphia, Phoenix, San Antonio, San Diego, Los Angeles. And he says, we're not even in the top 30, is what he said. But get this. The map shows the most populous U.S. cities. And Chicago is number 1 in the murder rate. Mm-hmm. There is 17.47 per 100,000 in population.
Wow.
So they're number 1. And so here he is fighting Trump, doesn't want him and the kooky mayor of Chicago. Mm-hmm. They both hate Trump, and they both are fighting him, but it's all about controlling their kingdom of power and wealth. You and I both watch them. They fight Trump, and yet the little boy from Memphis, what was he, maybe 10 or 11 years old?
Uh-huh.
He's bright enough, he's smart enough
see through it.
to see through it and say, thank you for sending the National Guard.
Sure.
And yet you've got a governor and a mayor of a huge state and a huge city. They're not even smart enough.
Of course not.
And that's because they're such a miserable failure. They know, just like the gentleman that was on the second clip, if Trump sends in the troops and he cleans it all up, they're going to get voted out.
Well, he they're just so against him. He could come out with a pill that would cure every kind of cancer there is. Just take the pill and cure it. And they would fight that.
Completely agree.
They would fight that.
I completely agree.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, let's do this and we'll pay off the debt.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at clip 4. I'm not going to have you play it all. I'll kind of tell you when to cut it, but just play a little bit of this.
Van Hollen changed his tune because every day another shoe drops on the Maryland dad. He was a suspect in a human trafficking operation dating back 3 years. And Fox Digital just got their hands on the body cam. But you're seeing it here first. Tennessee Highway Patrol stopped Kilmar for speeding and noticed he had 8 other people in the car. All no luggage. Take a look.
Hello, sir. How are you? Good, and you? All right. Everything good? You got a bunch of people here, don't you? It's 1 for 6. Yes. Go back to work. Gotcha. Where are you working at? Where? Where? St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri? Yes, sir. Gotcha. Okay. But I'm from Maryland. Where do y'all live at? Where I living? Mm-hmm. I live in Maryland. Maryland? Yeah, Oxon. Whose vehicle is it? What, whose car is it? It's to my boss. Your boss? My boss, yeah. Where's he live? Where's your boss live? My boss right now is staying in Maryland, but we live in Texas. Okay. In Houston, Texas.
After talking to Kilmar, the officers had no doubt he was trafficking.
You know what you got
Okay,
there, right?
that's probably good right there. Now, you got to remember that this is Kilmar Garcia, MS-13 gang member, that this is the one, remember, that the representative flew over and had a margarita with him.
Right.
Okay, when we booted him out. So here is someone, an MS-13 gang member. He is a wife beater. Mm-hmm. Now, I thought that Democrats was all for women's rights. Am I confused, Randy?
Well, it's just the way it is. It's a double standard, so they can have it whichever way they want to, depending on how the hand is played.
I see.
So that's the way it works.
Well, and
Isn't that nice?
There's wouldn't it be? Isn't it odd that the Democratic Party is so for women's rights? They put men in women's sports and let them take all of the trophies and all of the gold medals away from all the women?
Sure. That's what they want. That's what they got.
I got to tell you, my grandson, James, is 11 years old. Trust me, he can tell the difference between a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
And he likes girls. So he's a gang member. He's a wife beater. We figured out that he is a human trafficker.
Yep.
Those people probably paid him anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, and he's got 8 people in the car.
Right.
So he's loaded for money. Mm-hmm. You know, if we had played the rest of that clip, it goes on to, the officer said, I've seen this so much. If you'll check them, they've got toothpaste and a toothbrush in their pocket. That's all they're going to have.
Wow.
Okay? He knew exactly what they were. But here's the thing. The liberals fought to keep this guy from being deported, keep him in the country. His wife was absolutely terrified of him.
Where is he? Where is he now? What's the latest?
He is still here. And a federal judge, Waverly Crenshaw, who is an Obama Hussein appointee, has set a hearing because she wants to know if the charges against him is a vindictive prosecution. She feels like the DOJ has brought these charges and it's a vindictive. Now, again, my mind can't hardly grasp this insanity. Can yours?
Well, no. No, it can't. But they're that way. Yeah, you just keep bringing up it's a double standard. They live by,
keep
Larry.
saying this.
You know, that's just the way it is.
You keep saying this to me like I'm supposed to accept it.
Yeah, well, it's the way it is.
That doesn't help, Randy. It just doesn't help. Well, to show you a little bit more, this is the insanity that we're showing, folks. Now, I want you to roll clip 5 here because I want our followers to pay attention. This is a Texas representative, a lawmaker out of Texas, a Democrat lawmaker. I want you to take a look at and listen to clip 5.
Okay. Work. I'm from the hood, okay? So when a bully comes, like, if there are no rules, you literally have to figure it out. So Donald Trump has changed things, and people trying to do what's always been done is not going to work. And I think that's why Democrats are losing black people. That's why they're losing poor people, because poor people, all they want is for us to fight. So if you hit me in my face, I'm not going to punch you back in your face. I'm going to go across your neck, because we can go back and forth fighting in each other's faces. You've got to hit hard enough where they won't come back. And so, yeah, for the same way I went to New York and spoke with Governor Kathy Hochul and said, if they're going to try to wipe us out in Texas, we need to wipe out every Republican in New York, in California, in Illinois. So no one can make me feel bad about fighting for the people that I represent, because the people that I represent need someone who's willing to go in the ring and fight for them, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
So, Representative, in that context, the reality of the world is we are living in a moment where, yes, there's this shutdown going down, and Democrats on Capitol Hill are standing up for that and the way they think is working. But we hear from them.
Okay, folks. I hope that you paid close attention to that. Now, first of all, Erin Burnett, the CNN host here, did she not look like she was asleep?
Yeah, I was too.
I mean, honestly, here is a lawmaker, a state representative from Texas, sitting there on her show, and she's allowing her to talk about murdering, slitting the throats of Republicans. Jolanda Jones is the Texas State Democrat rep. And I got to tell you, she said this is why Democrats are losing black people and poor people. Folks, it's not that. Democrats are losing black people and poor people because they have woke up and they have realized that the Democratic Party has used them for years. They've been lied to. They've been manipulated. They have been promised everything. And yet,
Man, got it.
Delivered nothing.
That's exactly right. That's their way.
But ladies and gentlemen, we the people in America, you truly want to have a state representative on CNN telling about how you're going to want to murder Republicans?
Well, I think if you could uncover the veil, there would probably be what we always say: follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably money involved in that. That she is doing that.
Yeah,
and she's going to get her kickback, and she knows she ain't going to get it.
But this is the narrative that the liberals are putting out there: violence, hate. I mean, that's what the liberals are putting out there.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you that the overwhelming majority of America voted for Trump.
Right.
We, the people, stood up and said enough is enough.
Exactly.
Do we realize, and I don't think we do, Randy, do we realize how destroyed America has become through the Clinton, the Hussein, the Otto Penn years? Mm-hmm. I mean, our country is almost destroyed.
It was at the verge. It was at the verge of going off the cliff. I think it really would have been hard to bring it back if Trump hadn't got in. It would have been a mess.
I said from day one when Hussein got into office, when they stole that election and put him in, I said then, this man will do more damage to America. It will take us decades to erase it.
We should have had the podcast going then.
Boy, we should have. Mm-hmm. We really should. I would have, that would have been some fun years. Right. But we'd have probably been taken down off of most things because...
Probably so. Yep.
I mean, think about it. We probably would have. But here he is. He has destroyed America to the place that we are now putting up with a communist going on the Communist News Network and talking about destroying and slitting the throat of Republicans. Now, if you think their violence stops there, I want to roll clip 6 because this will show you just how far they're promising to go in their violence.
Come on. No, it is very much within our agenda to restore the rule of law and to try to fight for a justice.
What does that look like?
Well, it means that the Justice Department will not be weaponized the way it's being weaponized. It will not be monetized in the way it's being monetized for the president, and it will not be used to prosecute the political foes of the president, in his view. The Department of Justice will be held to account for following the law and following the Constitution.
Why didn't Democrats call?
You know, this guy's Raskins is his name, and he's just a total and complete idiot. Mm-hmm. Here he is. He says, our agenda. Now, he's speaking on behalf of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, he said, our agenda is, should we retake power? Now, I'd love to tell you that Americans, like clip 2, the guy said, who would ever want to vote for another Democrat?
Right.
Trust me, folks, I am turning next August, I'll turn 66, but here's what I can promise you. The conservatives, the Republican Party, is in control right now. But I can promise you this. The Democrats will retake power one day because America has a memory about this long.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, you know, one of the things that frustrates the absolute heck out of me, Randy, and I don't know that you and I have even talked about this before, but one of the biggest things that just frustrates the heck out of me is how around 9/11, they put up these posters and everybody's plastering it all over X and all over social media about we'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? America forgot the very next election because they took and voted Hussein into office, a wild and crazy Muslim, a radical that wants to destroy America. They already forgot.
Sure.
How many years ago was that? I forget now how many years ago, but it was plenty.
Yeah.
And yet, we just forgot all about it and plugged him into office. Now, when I say that he's destroyed America, look at the fight that Donald Trump, trying to salvage America, is doing. Okay, right now. But what is the biggest roadblocks that he faces? And that is all the judges that Hussein and Autopin has planted.
Exactly.
And Schumer, as they say, said the quiet thing out loud. We put all these activist judges in place, and now who's fighting them?
Yeah.
Who is doing all of this?
Right.
Well, it's all because of his judges. Well, let's end on this because I want to show one more clip number 7, and I want you to pay close attention to what Newsom out of California is saying and doing here.
And I was just on the line because the DOJ is being sent out to California to monitor our election. I have an election November, Prop 50, a statewide election. They have no business, no jurisdiction to monitor it.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, that face looks demon-possessed. I mean, that could be in The Exorcist, okay?
Oh.
Now, folks, what he is talking about here is after Texas did their lawful redistricting, Newsom said, watch this, and vowed to gerrymander his state worse than it already is. And that's why the DOJ is sending representatives out there to monitor.
I hope so.
We covered it on
It's
one.
It's going to be a mess.
Yeah. And we covered it on one episode, all the mail-in ballots that had the holes. Remember?
Yeah, peeky holes.
Yeah, we know where those peekaboo holes are going to go when you voted, no, I don't want to redo this. Folks, so I got to tell you, the Dems, they lie, they cheat, they commit election fraud. They don't believe in women's rights. They take advantage of minorities. They develop poverty. They become wealthy off the backs of we the people. And they make we the people codependent in order to maintain power. So the reason that we entitled this particular episode, The Party of Insanity, because if you can find some sanity in the Democratic Party, I'd love to see the proof.
Good luck.
Good luck. Because everything you're seeing stands against morals, stands against American traditions. I mean, they are trying to wipe out our country. Mm-hmm. So, folks, that's our show for today. But, hey, tune in because tomorrow we're going to air a special episode on, it's entitled, The Broken NFL. So I hope you'll tune in tomorrow and listen to a whole new side. It is my opinion of the broken NFL. See you next episode.